by Moses. Now this one says it's written by the finger of God. So it's different text-wise. I can't do much about it. They say, well, you see, oh, you're proving Paul correct. No, I mean, fine. Paul can say that this is all rubbish. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with saying that. It's only that if it's all rubbish, you can't use it then. That's what I object to. That's what I do. If you're going to use it, then you have to respect it. If you're not going to use it, then fine, say whatever you like about it. And that's the only thing that I disagree with him on. You know, I'm not going to follow this. It's an ancient thing. I respect it. It's impressive. Anyway, let's go on. 32, golden calf. When the people saw what Moses had, it was a long time before coming down the mountain, they gathered around Aaron and said to him, come make us a god because this Moses has brought us out here just to suffer and die. So line 3, they take the gold rings from their ears, and of course, don't forget, earlier we heard they plundered the Egyptians on the way out. That's how they had all this gold and silver, obviously. And so Moses is, according to this tradition, on the way down again. And of course, you could count the number of times up and down. It would be difficult to decide how many times he went up and down. And God, sort of the Lord, it's a Yahwist one, says to him, get down because the people whom you brought out of Egypt are being turned aside into a different way. And they've made themselves a golden calf and worshipped it. Now in the, I think it's Amos, you'll see that there is a golden calf in the temple of the north when Amos goes up there. There is a golden calf in the temple of the north when Amos goes up there to protest. I don't know exactly what passage that it is, but Amos is a southern prophet. He goes north, and the people in the north say, get out of here, prophet, don't prophesy here. And he speaks about something about I'll point it out to you when we do Amos. I'll point it out to you when we do Amos. And I think that's what this represents, a symbolic retelling of the situation much later on, put back into Moses. Never mind. Here's the story. The poets have the first and last say. So everyone was having a good time, and again he repeats it, go down! And Moses pleaded with God, don't let your wrath blaze out against everyone, because that wouldn't be proper, line 11. Sort of like Abraham negotiating with God about Sodom and Gomorrah. So God relented, line 14. This is much more wordy, notice, than Genesis. So he went down with the tablets, inscribed on front and back. These tablets were the work of God, and the writing was on God's writing, line 16. Well, that's not what the earlier one said, is it? So this is a different tradition. Fine. And Joshua was with them. You see, Joshua was not sinning. And there's battle in the camp. And when he came to the camp, he saw them dancing in the calf. He threw down the tablets. He seized the calf. He burned it. And the people were out of hand, line 25. And Aaron had allowed them to lapse into idolatry with all the enemies around. So Aaron is at fault. This is an anti-Aaron passage. Aaron, the priests, are at fault. The others are all pro-priestly. The say, well, how can you have pro-priestly and anti-priestly in the same material? Because the editors who finally put it together weren't aware of all these things. They just thought it was all holy and put it all together. They didn't sort out to one side from the other. They had the traditions on the table. They put them together the best they could. They were good editors. They didn't throw anything away. They gave us what they had. And I think that's fair. Okay, but this is clearly anti-Aaron. And all the sons of Levi rallied, but this is pro-Levitical. These Levites are Moses' tribe. And Moses says, gird on your sword, every man of you. And go through the camp here. And 3,000 people perished that day. And Moses said to the Levites, you have won yourself investitures, priests of the Lord. The cost of one is son. So now it's the Levites who get investiture here. We've had the Aaronites, and now the Levites. So two competitive strengths here. Notice, does this remind you of something? What happened when Jacob came down to Shechem and they raped his daughter Dinah? Who goes through and kills everybody? Levi and Simeon. So again, it's an echo here of that. Levi is not a peaceful chap. The Levites are jealous for God. And that's going to go all the way down, by the way, to the Maccabean period. If I ever do a scrolls class with you folks, I'll show you the Maccabee books where that happens. But anyway, okay. Now, the final upshot of this, and we'll have a break. Look, you have committed a grave sin, Moses says to the people. Okay, we killed a lot of the worst ones here, but now we don't want everyone to die. But, you know, you'll be forgiven here. It is the man who has sinned against me that I shall blot out of the book, not you. Go, lead the people to the place where I told you. My angel will go before you, and the Lord punished the people for molding the calf that Aaron had made. Well, to my mind, it's the man that has sinned against me that I shall blot out of the book. That sounds to me like a statement that Aaron's descendants and his priesthood would be blotted out. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. But that's not what the writers of the book are going to achieve, because the writers of the book are going to make sure that doesn't happen. Now, I'm not saying either is true or false. I'm just saying these are different traditions, one attacking the other. And I just want to show you that this book is very complicated. It looks like a simple book, but it isn't a simple book. Quickly, we'll break in a second. Look here. We have more wilderness wandering material, but here we go again now. Here. Let's see. He pitches a camp in a tent of meeting. And then this is the thing that Paul's talking about. Line 11 here of 33. Yahweh would speak with Moses face to face, as a man speak with his friend. Then Moses would turn back to the camp, but Joshua would not leave the tent. And here it is in this situation that his face would be irradiated, and he would put a veil so that people wouldn't be burned, I think. I will let all my splendor pass in front of you. Or so. Anyway, we'll pick this up after the break, but notice right here in 34, we start to get, as we saw already, the same covenant. Well, why do we need to write the same thing twice? The pretense of the text is, oh, because we broke the first, so we're going to do it again. Well, if we broke the first, how do you have the first? And secondly, if you're doing it again, you're just repeating the same thing over again. I think the reason is the editors have the material there in different forms and put both forms into the book. And then they devise the idea that this is the second form is after he broke the first form, he goes back up again, gets it again, comes back down again, so they have to write the whole thing all over again. So everything till the end of the book is what we've already had, and that's basically how the book ends. It goes all the way to chapter 40, and it's almost likely you'll see word for word, as I told you last time, what we already had from chapter 25 to chapter 31, 32. Just a repeat. Okay, have a break. See you in 10 minutes and we'll do some more.